Alright, so, before I ended my last live stream, I said that I couldn't remember all the WNBA teams. So I decided to bring up the WNBA app so I could list off the teams for you. So here are the teams in order. You've got the Atlanta Dream, the Chicago Sky, the Connecticut Sun, the Dallas Wings, the Indiana Fever, the Los Angeles Sparks, the Minnesota Lynx, New York Liberty, Phoenix Mercury, San Antonio Stars, Seattle Storm, and the Washington Mystics. There also used to be the Detroit Shock and the Cleveland Rockers. But those teams are no longer around, unfortunately. I wish the WNBA was still in Cleveland, but it's not. Back to this game. It is now a 10-point game since coming out of halftime, and Minnesota has done a good job of being really aggressive in the post so far. And that's what they need to continue to do, because I think what I think they should do is play inside out. And for what inside out means is that they start playing inside on the post with somebody like Sylvia Fowles, and then once they establish the post, they're able to go outside and let their three-point shooter, and that opens up the lane for people like Maya Moore, Lindsay Wayland, Rebecca Brunson, Simone Augustus. So that's why I think they need to establish the post. But I'll take that jump shot too. It's now a 12-point game. But Los Angeles is still very capable of coming back. So this lead is definitely not safe. But I think Minnesota, it's interesting that they're playing in a college arena. And the reason they're doing this is because the arena they usually play in, the Target Center, is being renovated. I was there for a Timberwolves game, but even though that Timberwolves game got canceled due to too much condensation on the court. But when I was going to my seats, I could see a bunch of construction happening around the arena. So that's why the Lynx have played in Target Center. They've also played in the Minnesota Wild's arena, XL Energy Center. So I'm hoping the Lynx don't have to move out of Minnesota for some reason, because they can't find a permanent home. But the 2018 WNBA All-Star Game is scheduled to be in Minnesota, so that's a good thing. And I really wish the WNBA would get more popular so that more cities can get the WNBA, like a Cleveland or Detroit or Milwaukee or a Nashville or Memphis. Yes, I know I'm listing off teams that have NBA teams, but hey, Minnesota has the Timberwolves, and look at this. They're still supporting the Lynx. Los Angeles has the Lakers and the Clippers, but they still support... But Los Angeles still supports the Sparks. Chicago has the Bulls, but guess what? They still support the Sky. Indiana has the Pacers. Guess what? Indiana supports the Fever. So these NBA cities also support WNBA teams. So I think the WNBA should try and expand into cities like Cleveland, Detroit, Memphis, other cities. San Antonio. The Spurs are San Antonio loves their Spurs. San Antonio also loves their Stars. It just shows you that The WNBA is popular in cities that have an NBA team. And it's now 49-38. Nine-point Minnesota lead right now with just about 6.5 minutes left. This is my first time live streaming, so you can't make that pass. And here comes the classic point forward in the WNBA, Candace Parker. That's what she's so good at in this league. She's one of the best at being a point forward. Is Candace Parker. There's only one person I know of in the WNBA who can dunk, and that's Brittany Griner. However, that should not, just because a lot of the WNBA girls can't dunk, doesn't mean that these games aren't competitive. And that doesn't mean that these games aren't exciting. It's a 9-point game. To me, that's an exciting game. These are the two best teams in the WNBA. So, I really think the WNBA deserves more viewers and more fans. I mean, it's not their fault that the NHL is starting back up tonight. And it's also not their fault that the National League wild card.
Talking about how, with all due respect to Candace Parker and Echo Buwake, it's about Sims and